Sebastian Metal Martinez, MMAnytt, here in Houston for UFC 192, where Sugar Rashad Evans makes his much anticipated return against Ryan Bader. So I know you've been asked this all week, what's it like to be back, what is it like to be back, what is it like being asked all of these questions about returning?
It feels good to be back. That's what it was like. But I appreciate everything that comes along with it, and it's something that, I kind of got out of just being in it for 10 years and doing it over and over again, and each show just folding into the next one. And, it kind of got redundant, but having had, the opportunity to be away and stuff like that, and to have an opportunity to see, I should say, what I've been missing is kind of definitely got me feeling refreshed.
And refreshment might very well be needed because you're facing probably the best Ryan Bader so far. I mean, he's on a pretty big tear, 4-fight win streak, all unanimous decision victories. What do you think of like this role that he's on?
I think it's pretty good. He's shown that, he's gotten a lot smarter as a fighter. Like I said before, Bader was always, he wasn't the smartest fighter. You can see him just like clinch defeat out of the jaws of victory sometimes. He'll be winning a fight, and then you'd be like, dang, how did he lose that? But that was just something he would typically do. But now he's shown that he's gotten to be a lot smarter as a fighter. So it's going to be a tough task for me, but I know I got what it takes to win.
And there was a little bit of an exchange earlier. I think I heard the words "whip that ass" come out.
Yeah.
What was that all about?
I just let him know every single chance that I get, I always have to let Ryan Bader know what's going to happen to him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want him to kind of get familiar with me at all. Like, look, I'm being honest. Look, I'm going to whoop your ass. And I wanted him to see that I said it, And his face got all red. He got, but I wanted him to know that, and I'm not being cocky. It's just the reality. I'm going to whoop his ass on Saturday.
And now, during your absence, from being inside of a cage, you've been doing a lot of broadcasting outside of it. And when you're doing that, obviously you can't really say "whoop that ass" while you're, sitting there with Karen Bryan in the studio. Is it nice to be able to return to that, to be a little, let that tongue slip a little bit?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to just be able to be more of me.
Yeah.
I got nothing personal against the guy. Normally if I wasn't fighting, I'd be cheering for him. But when you compete against me, it's something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I compete against somebody, it takes on a life of its own. Like I said, I don't dislike the guy, but I got to go out there and do work on Saturday. I got to go out there and make that money.
Now, should you win on Saturday, you could very well get the next title shot. That title shot might be against your friend Daniel Cormier. Like, how do you see that? I mean, obviously we don't look too far ahead. We don't want to look past Bader, but would you be open to facing Cormier?
I love DC, but yeah, I'll be open to face him. I was supposed to fight him before, and he chose to come down to my weight class. He was a heavyweight. He knew I was at 205. I was at 205 in the UFC long before he even started thinking about fighting. So he actually told me that he wants to fight me. I mean, that's the way I take it. I mean, I guess, if he's coming into my weight class, I think he's telling me that he wants to fight me. I'll oblige.
But I mean, I can understand that, you don't have to hate every opponent that you face, but if it isn't him and it's Gustafsson, how would you approach that kind of matchup? Because obviously, we're representing Swedish MMA. Like, how would you approach a matchup with Alexander Gustafsson?
Well, it would all depends on how DC fought him. I think I would fight a similar style that DC's going to do. So that's how it'll be. I mean, one thing I seen about Gustafsson is that at the open workout, he looked good, man. He looked good. He looked like he can return to the way he was before he fought, or after, when he fought Jones. And I think, one thing he did really well in that fight, and I don't know if he was really, if they really examined it, was that he had really good movement. Yeah. When he went with Anthony, I think that he was maybe feeling himself a little bit too much and feeling like he was, can't get beat anywhere. So then he fought a wrong game plan for a power puncher, and he came right in. Instead of using his footwork on the outside like he did against Jones, and eventually started landing big shots. I think if he does that with DC, it can be a good night for him, but DC's going to be hard to keep away. DC's going to set a pace. He's going to come right in. He's going to be hard to keep away. So it's going to be interesting.
All right, and obviously your bout as well is going to be very interesting. What should the fans expect from Sugar Rashad's return?
Oh man, it's going to be an exciting fight. I can't even tell you how exciting it's going to be. You just have to watch. But I plan to leave it all out there. You know, all jokes aside, you know, I clown around a little bit and I talk a little bit of trash. But at the end of the day, it's all respect, you know, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight hard. And I'm going to bust somebody's head wide open.
As you very often do. Rashad, thank you very much for the time. Good luck on the fight.
Thank you.